Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
Another club, plane, next place.
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I actually did it myself. Yeah. Nice.
I mean, let me ask the audience.
Welcome to the podcast episode that we're recording today.
Welcome to this episode right here that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
Not in real time. This will be a few weeks. I mean,
that's interesting.
Okay, sorry, Sabrina from the future here. This is actually unintentional foreshadowing. This episode is backlogged we recorded this about a month ago, and so I just wanted to give a disclaimer if anything in our debrief or in the rest of the episode we mentioned time-wise makes that a little confusing. It's just because we recorded this a month ago, meaning like early July. So yeah, sorry about that, and I hope you enjoy anyway.
but we're here with a doozy today. We're a little bit more zipped up. We're a little bit more got stuff on the docket to talk about. And just at the top of the episode, we have some viewer submitted stuff.
Fucking finally, you motherfuckers.
You guys
Wow.
did it, and I knew you could, and keep doing it.
And
keep it up.
All because I threatened you on my Instagram story.
Ooh.
And so we'll be going over some of those. Usually we're going to stick to like one at the end of our, like in our conclusion section, but we have a few that are a little bit more like we're not going to have much to say on.
Yeah.
So we'll do a few of those today, but then save them. They will be coming up. So if we're not answering yours in this episode, they will be coming out. So stay tuned and we'll answer your questions.
And we appreciate it.
We are so thankful.
Like,
we're so
truly.
grateful.
After months and 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 months of asking and begging on our fucking knees for you guys to finally do this, you guys did it. So
that concept was kind of the core of the inception of this podcast was us just yapping, which is what we do. But like a side set of that was like we really wanted to have viewer interaction. So hopefully this ball continues to roll down the track.
And it will. And I feel that in my gut. I feel that in my heart, and my soul, and my mind, and my spirit. So
me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So we'll get to those in our conclusion.
Yeah. Topics
today are kind of just like weekend of 4th of July related, because that was last weekend. You're not going to be seeing this. You're going to be seeing this in like mid to end of July, but it's universal. It's kind of topics that are like just about a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
Right.
So we're going to talk about the fact that people don't know how to act when they're in a very populated area. And we will be talking about fireworks, the concept of fireworks. And also being patriotic is gross. So
and maybe I'll get into it more, but just like kind of, for bullet pointing that, like just the colors red, white, and blue together are the most tacky outside, and maybe it can't be outside of patriotism, but like they just look so bad together, I think.
I would say I can't disagree, but at the same time, I do enjoy a kind of like nautical, where like white and blue is kind of like a nautical color palette. So like if
you throw some red in there, then it's like, ugh.
Yeah, put some orange.
Sure.
So I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you could put like red and white together, that's fine. White and blue together, that's fine. Red and blue still, they're not the worst because together they make purple.
Yeah.
So that they got that going for them.
Yeah.
But I definitely see what you're saying of just like, if you as an American, if there's any way you can, not even American, like the British
literally
flag's like that, the Australian flag's like that.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of flags without red, white, and blue, but there are other well-populated countries that do have red, white, and blue. So like if you can put aside your nationalism, I think that's the wrong word, your patriotism for your own country, just objectively red, white, and blue kind of do not slap.
Disgusting. It's really overstimulating.
So those are the topics we have for today, and of course, as always, we're gonna get into our intro of our bi-weekly debrief and media spotlight. So you said you had a few things to say, so you can start because I have not very many things to say.
Yeah, I guess in my bi-weekly debrief, I hate bisexuals. I don't like bisexuals.
I don't like
Anyway,
so
I don't
So
like
my bi-weekly breakdown would be over the past 2 weeks, I have been putting together a PC for the first time. I'm going to be a gamer, as in Gaymer.
I don't think you had to spell it for people to understand.
All right, you got me there. So I've been accumulating parts, and they all finally came literally today, like a couple hours before we started recording. My final part came in the mail, and
so you have all of them now?
everything is here. Everything is ready. I have just started putting it together. And so that's been a really fun journey. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about how to build computers, and never in my life did I think I would be that person too. Am I boring you? Wow.
No, sorry. I've been up since 6 a.m. this morning.
Okay, valid. When you actually have a job and you're not unemployed. Right. And I really want to, in theory, allegedly, learn how to play like some of the Pokemon games on my PC, because the Switch games just don't do them justice. So I just want to be able to sit, like I have my gaming chair, I have like my whole setup. So that's been really, really fun to figure out.
Well, nice.
If I remember what else I was going to say, I'm going to bring it up because, I've been playing another Media Spotlight.
Try again.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. We'll get there. Just kidding. Period.
Period.
Anyway.
Wait your turn.
I
Wait
know.
your turn.
I got so eager and so excited.
Is that just what you were thinking of?
Maybe.
Okay.
But if something else comes to mind, I'm gonna rudely interrupt you.
Yeah, chime in.
Yeah.
My weekly debrief is pretty short. I was out in the busy city, aka Portland, for the weekend, and it was so much fun. Celebrated my 4 years with my boyfriend.
Wow.
That's crazy. But yeah, we stayed at a hotel that was so nice. We could just like walk to everything. We like walked to the riverfront. We walked to Pioneer Square. And it's like a few blocks from the Keller. So like that's something we're definitely going to keep in mind if there's like anything going on there. Yeah. I don't have anything but good things to say about the Zags and the place that we stayed. And like the area that we stayed was super close because we ended up taking the TriMet into Beaverton to hang out with Taylor's sister, which was so much fun. We went to a drone show, which was really cool, pretty short, but it was more of the experience that was like more fun than just like sitting and watching a like 7-minute long drone show for the fact that we were there for like 2 hours. But like, yeah, we just laid out on a blanket, ate snacks, played cards, and like it was some of his sister's name is Shanda, and her friends we were all hanging out, and they're pretty cool. They're really cool. So that was really fun. And we went to dinner, and it was the best dinner I've had in like probably forever. Oh, the steak was so good. And I got au gratin potatoes. Ugh. So good. Also, just a funny side story of that is we're like sitting down and the tables are like kind of close so we can like hear what the other people are saying. And this couple next to us is just like, not even the couple, it's like this dude that's just like, and we're pretty picky about our steak. We really want it like a certain way, blah, blah, blah. And then the steak comes out and they're like, and do you have any A1 or barbecue sauce?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean?
That's when they take you out to the back and shoot you in the head because what?
Like if only one of those things happened and I heard someone being pretentious about their steak, it's like I can roll my eyes and move on. Or if I didn't hear them doing that and then they like asked for barbecue sauce, it's like I would roll my eyes at that and move on.
Whatever.
But those in conjunction,
You're particular about your
like,
steak, but you want to eat it with A1.
You
Sure.
deserve the guillotine. And
Sure.
so that was just funny.
If it was a man saying that, if it was a pretty lady saying that, I'd be like, work queen.
No, so true. And it was her loud-mouthed boyfriend that just would not like.
Let's. Oh, okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
And I finally, my manifestation from a few weeks ago coming to fruition. It was probably like a month or so ago now. I got Hawaiian food on the way home. And it was so good. And it was that place. I always get shoyu chicken. I love shoyu chicken.
Tea.
And I love the, it's not sticky rice, but like the rice that like clumps together and like sticks together. I love that stuff. But it was really good. It was Roxy's in Beaverton that you would really like because they have vegan options.
I'm looking up their menu
immediately. It was really, really good. And so, yeah, that was my weekend. I haven't really done much outside of that. And then next weekend, I will be going to Washington to visit friends. Shout out Michaela and Gavin. I was originally going to, I think I may have said this.
I was going to say, weren't you going?
I was originally going to like 2 weekends ago. So like not last weekend, the weekend before. But then they got sick. So we just rescheduled. But it ended up working out because that was like a busy week anyway. So... So, yeah, it just all works out. That's my life for the last weekend and next weekend. So.
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
But, yeah. So, it sounds like you had a good media spotlight.
I did. My one thing that I've been religiously playing over and over and over again, like it's the last thing I'm ever going to fucking do on this planet. I've been playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Oh, I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
I finally figured out how to get it on my Mac because this was pre-PC build, and it's still, I mean, technically I haven't built it yet as of recording this podcast. But there was like this whole rigmarole of like needing to go like download the files from Steam and then like going into your terminal in Mac and like directing your computer to figure out where the files are so you could like download an open RCT program. It was a thing.
Blah, 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 blah,
no,
blah.
literally. And I was like, this falls on complete deaf ears. Like, I don't understand anything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to figure it out because I need to play this game. Like, for context, I started playing Roller Coaster Tycoon in the year probably 2002. Like, I was playing like the original version at my like mom's apartment with my sister, like just because I could, and I could barely form words yet, and I was creating like these elaborate like engineering marvels that I would like create and then delete sections out, and then I would like murder like sections and thousands of people at a time.
As you should.
At 4 years old. So
4?
Yeah, in 2002.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was one of my earliest memories playing a video game was playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. And then I got Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 on my own personal computer in like when I was probably like elementary school. And I played that shit until my computer smoked. Like, it was pretty much on fire, and I was still like building theme parks. Like, it was like I was running the Navy essentially. Like, it was crazy. And so all that's to say, like, I have missed it so much, and it's so weird getting back into it because there are so many little aspects of the game that I was like, oh, I remember to the detail of how the guest sounds like will sound, or like how the rides, like the chain lift will sound,
the ambiance.
It like activates, like, it's not muscle memory, but it's like a neural pathway memory that like never left my brain.
That's so funny.
It's just so weird. And so yeah, I've been playing that over and over. And so it's not technically the like game released officially. It's like an open sourced thing that had that. But once I get my PC built, like, I'll be able to like, the reason that I couldn't download it because I purchased it from Steam for like $10 or whatever, but you can't run it on a Mac through Steam because of some weird fucking reason.
Some stupid, arbitrary, fucked up shit that they could definitely probably rectify.
Tim Cook, when I see you,
I'm hiding. You hiding forever, Ricky. When I catch you, Ricky.
Yeah. So we had to go through a couple hoops, and we finally did, and that was that's kind of my main thing that I've been focusing all my energy on.
Well, I can say, I mean, you could do this right now for my media spotlight, but what will be fun when you have your PC and have like a little gaming setup, my media spotlight, and let me preface, I know that I'm very late to the game and this is not a new thing whatsoever. I've heard about it for a while. I've just like actually been like, wait, isn't this a thing? And then like I typed it in. Itch.io is such a cool website, and there's so many free games. It just like takes me back to the feeling of like going on like addicting games or like mini clip, and just like they aren't flash games, but like the feeling of flash games, because they're just like little, I think. And so that's the thing, is I'm also not entirely sure how it works, where it's like I think people can just like upload games that they make. And you can buy games, and like you should support artists off of that, because people are just like making games. But like, yeah, very cool. I've definitely spent some time on that in the last few weeks of just being like, oh, I don't really want to play Sims. I don't really want to play Stardew. I just kind of want to like play a game for like 20-30 minutes and then get off my computer, or I'm like waiting for something to like render or do something, but I don't want to like get into like a game. Then like, yeah, I'll just go and like waste time on that for a minute, and it's so much fun, and they're so quirky.
Have you played Cakey's Twisted Bakery?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I'm more of a, so you're talking about like different kinds of games. I'm a very much a cozy gamer, whatever that means. I don't really know what that means, but most of the games that I enjoy usually will have the like cozy tag. So yeah, I like very low stress, like, I almost said optional engagement. It's not necessarily like optional engagement, but just like, yeah, not high stakes. Like you can kind of do what you want in there, or like puzzly type games. So
yeah, but
yeah, definitely highly recommend checking out itch.io.
I have it. It's in my bookmarks now. So period. And you can play it on Macs, right?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, if I can load it on my
yeah, and
browser.
So I'll usually just go to like browse games and then free games, because then those are, as the title would suggest, free.
Late stops. Period. Okay. Amazing. Do you have any other?
No, that was my media.
I do have one album that I need to plug, that I've been listening to over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's not who you think it is.
Not Mariah Carey.
No, surprisingly. Although I have been listening to her, but that's just my baseline. I always listen to her. Emotion by Carly Rae Jepsen. The fucking
That's so funny.
blueprint.
So real.
That album, I very late to the game. I started listening to it probably.
Yeah, that was like 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I listened to that album through like first song to last song for the first time like a year or two ago, and I was like, wait, she spilled. Like I don't know where I was in 2015, but I wasn't, well, I knew where I was, but I wasn't listening to Carly Rae Jepsen, because I was of the like, Call Me Maybe is such a repetitive song kind of crowd. It's like someone should like grab me, someone should have shot me in the face right then and there, because Call Me Maybe is such a good song.
Such a bop.
It is such a bop, and I take that back. And Carly Rae, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry that my like 14-year-old dumbass like prepubescent brain
disrespected you like that.
Yeah, no, it's criminal. And also there are so many obviously other songs. I mean, Call Me Maybe wasn't on that album, but like,
yeah, she's coasting off of that Call Me Maybe high.
No,
Call Me Maybe check.
That album should have been so much. Put some respect on that album. Is all I'm saying. It's been 10 years since that album was released, like almost to the day. I think it was released like late June or whatever of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And so some of my favorite songs are Gimme Love, Emotion, obviously, Long Way Home.
I just love her voice too.
She's just so like pop. Like she's just like pop girl, like pop girl. Like she's just pop girl.
Pop.
And like no one's really doing it like her. And ever since I listened to that album, like she has her entire catalog has resonated with me. Like all of her other albums are really, really, really great too. And like people need to like listen to her more. So that's my plug. Everyone listen to Emotion.
So valid.
And her B-sides. Don't even get me started on her B-sides. Don't even get me started. Anyway.
But yeah,
I think that's it. That's the setup. We're
that's our
setting,
setup for the good stuff,
and then we're gonna
slide.
Wow, it's like you played volleyball, right?
And so that leads us to our topics of today, which are kind of 4th themed, kind of holiday weekend themed. I'll start with the most important one, which is the lack of thought, the lack of cognizant awareness of oneself when you get into a populated area, an event that has a lot of people around. Like, you would think that you could like look at others and emulate the fact that like, oh, I see so many people acting normal, so many people making the right choices, but there's somehow always people that are acting like it's their first day on Earth, like their first day they touched down 10 toes down onto Earth's crust today. And it is just absolutely baffling. And I feel like the older I get, the more infuriating is a wrong word, because it's not like I'm sitting there like seething when I see people being stupid, but I'm just like, it's befuddling. It is confounding. Like, I don't understand it, and I can't wrap my head around it, because these are people that look older than me, or they're people that have children, and these people that are either my age or older just like not wrangling their children.
Set an example.
Like,
set an example.
I'm like, you see other children around.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't need to parent my children. Like, I don't need to guide them and put a hand on their shoulder and be like, hey, relax. So that to say, the other part of that is that when you like people being in large groups also pertains to traffic, like also pertains when you're in a moving vehicle, because it's like, why is it suddenly when there's a bunch of cars on the road you're acting a fucking fool? Like, whether that be driving 10 miles under the speed limit, or just making turns without your turn signal, or like pulling out into a line of cars, that it's like, what are you expecting to do here? Like, what do you think is the situation playing out right now? Because you're incorrect.
That is not correct.
Yeah.
I was in Portland, and luckily Portland wasn't even like super duper poppin', but it was more of just like, the event that we went to, and also just like trying to drive and maneuver around when you're like, there are a bunch of other people around, is like, why does it feel like when there's only like 2 or 3, like not even 2 or 3, like when there's only like a handful of other people on the road, when there's like a handful of people in a setting, it's like, this usually goes fine. But the more people there are, the more people just feel, I don't know, emboldened. I guess this also works into statistics of like, if there's only a few people, the likelihood that there's stupid people are lower. But then like, I mean, not in America, not
right.
The likelihood that you're around a stupid person in America is even if there's only like 2 other people in the room, is pretty high.
There's something, I don't know what it is. Well, I kind of do know what it is, but there's something that happens in our species that like, the hive mind is real.
Yes.
Real.
So true.
That even when you don't think of yourself as like a quote unquote like follower or like dumb person, you know, if you're in a situation where people are acting fucking crazy or acting a fool point blank period, you're more likely than not, unless you consciously make the effort to go against that grain or whatever, you're going to follow suit.
Yes.
Whether that is on the road, whether that's in a crowd of people, whether that's at a concert or like at a restaurant or like a food court or at a mall, whatever. If people are just like doing some dumb shit, I think of the fair.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like growing up and going to the county fair or whatever, people would just like do stupid fucking shit, like whatever it is, and you are with your group of friends and your friends are doing some shit, and like you get into some shit that you don't think you're gonna get into, and then you like black out for a second, and then you're like, where was I?
What did I do?
So it's definitely like a human being thing, and there are seldom individuals that like can, and if you are able to do it, good, because you need to be the one that like actively goes against that grain and takes matters into your own hands, so you can set the example that people follow.
So real.
You know,
so real. We need more leaders, less followers.
Yeah. No, exactly. Was there like a specific example that like got you thinking about this when you were
yes, and it was like the children of, so we're sitting and watching a drone show, people are minding their business, like that's to say, for being a very crowded, like, so the setup was that like we're in this like field of a park, and then it's like across the road is like the drones came up, like, and so we're laying out, and they like turned the light, because there was like food vendors and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like a few just like stationary lights, so they like turned those off, and you're like, okay, obviously, and also it was like the time of like when the show was supposed to happen, and so you're like, okay, this is obviously like the time we are, what's the word I'm looking for, like they're preparing to start the show. And right behind us there's just like this group there's this group of, I don't know how many boys, but like a few young boys, like at least two or three that were like yelling. And as soon as that happens, as soon as people are like, okay, let me get like my stuff in order, let me wrangle my kids and have them focus because the show's about to start, they just start counting down from 10. Like scream shouting, counting down from 10.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that happens once, and you're like, okay, kids they just keep doing it. Then it's like, obviously, like the show doesn't start just on their accord of like when they get to 1. And so then they'll like count down, get to 1, and be like, oh, what the heck? Oh, okay, let's do it again, guys. And they just did it again. And then finally they petered out a little bit. But then when the show started, it's like the drones are like making shapes and stuff, and they're just like, they're like calling it out like it's a participatory game, where it's like, oh, that's gonna be Spider-Man. Oh, that's gonna be an alligator. Just not.
Sure.
It's just not, and there's nothing that would have like indicated that it was gonna be those things.
Sure.
So it's like, so at the same time, like, I personally like kids, so this isn't even me coming from somebody that's like, kids should be allowed and emboldened to participate in society. But then there comes a time where the onus is on the adult in that situation, that they're not stepping in and being like, hey, like,
shut the fuck up.
Other people are trying to enjoy the show, or other people are trying to watch that. Like, you don't, like, yes, shut the fuck up. But it's like, you don't even, it's not even necessarily like a punish. Like, I'm not saying they deserve like anything.
Yeah.
Just to just be.
Pull it together.
Yeah. What's the word? I'm blanking on so many words. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. Just for lack of a better term, like, tamp it down. Like, you don't. I'm not even sitting here expecting a group of young boys to be silent and just like seen and not heard. That's not even what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just the idea when you're like shouting out like it's some game, and it's like you look around, like no other kids are doing that. At least in our that we can hear, that it's like
just chill.
Yeah, that it's just chill. Like that's on the adult for then not wrangling to some degree. And like we're pretty close. It's like I'm 90% positive like they just didn't say anything. It wasn't that like they were trying and then they just like were ignored, which would be a whole other thing. It was just like no adult intervention, where you're just like, that's again, when you like talk about hive mind, it's like, do you not see how there's a lot of kids here, a majority of families with kids, like this was an event that had a lot of kids there, and you're the only blanket that is doing this and acting this way. Does that not say anything to you as an adult with cognitive function?
Let's think. Let's use
our brains. That's what got me thinking of like, how do people not know how to act? Like, just fully grown adults, people that look older than me, that have just like,
and maybe this gets into kind of my commentary, and maybe it's my bias against children because I'm not a fan of kids, but anytime I'm at a store and I see a parent and their kid's just doing whatever the hell they want to do, mind you, like they could be taking stuff off of the shelves, and they could be like just putting it on the ground, they could be, this actually happened. I was at Northern Star, which is a cute little like trinket shop in our town. This girl was just like rubbing her ass all over the floor. She was just like dragging her ass on the ground.
Disgusting!
Like just, and the mom was like, all right, girl, like, sweetie, like, ha ha ha, like, not doing anything. Like, not doing anything. Like, rubbing her ass and then like crawling on her hands and knees. Mind you, she was like,
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
like not even like a toddler. Like a kid.
That's, yes, a prime example. Like, that is so wild, because not only are you as an adult like not clocking the fact that that's, the store doesn't want that, people don't want to see that, like, that's not, I mean, I'll even back up, like, people don't want to see that, like, that's just weird. It's not like it's but weird. Like, it's weird. That's not fucking good for your child. No. You don't see your child rubbing ass on a like.
She was literally like almost about to, like, the mom was like, the where the mom drew the line is because there were changing rooms in there, and the mom was like, don't, like, the girl was about to like look under the changing rooms, and the mom's like, don't be weirdo, like, and I was like, that's where you have to tell her. Like, yes, that's fucking weird, but like everything else your kid was doing was,
that is wild.
Yeah.
And again, that completely applies. It's like, first day on earth, like, are you gonna sit there and watch your kid be like, put yourself in the shoes of somebody else?
And this is coming from a kid who was raised by, and maybe this is a bias of like, I was raised by parents who like didn't let any public humiliation fly in public. Like, if I was doing some weird fucking dumb shit in the store, they would be like, stop that. Like, they would be that kind of parent, be like, look with your eyes, not your hands. Like, they would really gather my ass and have me pull it together. And so when I see parents like do that to their kids, part of me is like, okay, like, give your kid a little bit of freedom, but the second you give them an inch, they're gonna take a goddamn mile.
And I absolutely agree. And time and place.
Time and place.
I feel like that's the best term, because it's like, yeah, there's definitely a spectrum of like, I don't think a kid should not be able to touch stuff in a store. Again, age depending, where it's like, no, I don't think a toddler should be able to go around and like be touching stuff, but like an 8-9-year-old should be able to peruse, should be able to look at stuff. But then, yeah, you're definitely correct too, of like inch mile, of like, you have to have that mutual respect. That they are trained then. Because like,
in the sense that, you know what I mean?
Choice of words to use for children, but like,
they are obediently following your orders.
They know, like, again, you can't expect a child to like cognitively understand its situation to its entirety the way an adult can, but that they know to be careful with things that aren't theirs. They know that in a store, like, oh, these are not my possessions, I can look at them, but I can't be acting in the way that I would be at home with these items. Like, that kind of thing. Where people definitely like that. It is a big spectrum of like, kids should be kids, and I'll stand by that, and I think that's very true.
Sure.
But time and place of like, I feel like a store, just using the example of like a little trinket store, like a little like clothing store, like something like that, where it's like, grocery store gets a little bit more in the weeds in the sense of like, they should still act a certain way, but like, that's just a more like, they're gonna be in the grocery store, like that's a store that a child will hopefully be in like plenty of times in their life. That like, you should hope that they have a sense of like routine, like a sense of like, oh, I know how to act here because I've been here before, versus like walking into a store, like a clothes store, a trinket store, like goodies store, like
standards, a sense of standards, a sense of direction, a sense of like something that you can like live up to. You know, where you're not like, just like free reigning the entire like. But like teaching your kids the concept of others, not that your kids should be mostly focused or even like super tuned into like how they're affecting others, but to a degree. And again, this is by age basis, because like once you get to a 9-10-year-old, your 9-10-year-old should be able to comprehend how their actions affect others, like but exactly. So that's real.
The next topic we will move on to is the concept of fireworks. Just like kind of general conversation as two people that aren't patriotic, and B, aren't super big fireworks people.
Let's talk about it.
I think, again, I mean, talk about time and place. That's kind of the whole point of what I'm saying, is that, like, I don't not enjoy fireworks to a point that they're in a regulated and controlled environment. Like, I can get behind that to a degree. Again, like, I don't like being too close. Like, I'm just like, I don't like when it's too loud. It just gets kind of overwhelming when it's like you're like right front row for a fireworks show. But it's like, if it's something that's like, I have very fond memories of the fact that from where I lived in Philomath.
What did he say?
I used to live there. I don't live there anymore. But from where I used to live on Main Street, you would be able to see the Frolic fireworks, like, from my front yard. So you could sit there. We're like, Philomath's not that big. We're like 2 miles away. Like, it's not like we're like out far. We had what felt like as a kid a front row seat. Like, you could just look up, they're right there. You can hear them, you can see them, and that is delightful. Like, I love that when it's like you're like about a mile or two away. You can still see them. They're big enough, but like, I have very little interest to then be sitting in the bleachers of that show and them happening like directly above me. That's too loud. That's too much.
Yeah, truly.
So that's just my own, that's how I feel about fireworks, the concept of them. The idea that Americans are so fucking selfish and so fucking stupid that they are just setting off those motherfuckers in their driveways, in their backyards, completely disregarding their neighbors, completely disregarding anyone in a mile or so radius that didn't sign up for that, is just so atrocious and just like such a microcosm of America.
Yeah.
Like, it really, and I guess I just didn't realize that, because you like, here, this isn't, I'm not trying to act like this is a new thing. Like, this is, people have been setting off fireworks where they shouldn't be, like big fire. And that's the thing, I'm talking about big fireworks. I'm not talking about the things that you're like setting off and they're the little smoke bombs or the little
fucking
like
mortars that sound like they're being like transported back to Vietnam.
I'm talking about the ones that shoot up into the sky and do the fireworks that you are going to watch a fireworks show for.
Yep.
That people are just doing that in their residence, in residential neighborhoods. That's like, you so avidly don't give a fuck about anyone else in a mile radius to you that you're like, I'm gonna do this because I want to.
Yeah. Dogs,
babies, people that don't do well with loud sounds. Like,
yep.
You're just like, it's more important that I enjoy my 4th of July than taking into consideration anyone around me. Is just so American, and just so like, the older I get, is just like wrapping my head around that is like, that's wild. That is insane and atrocious.
Yep. No, truly, there over the 4th, so every year, and this happens on days that aren't the 4th. This happens on a random Thursday night in December. People will set off fireworks here, like in the middle, like those kinds of fireworks, like, because there's a park like a block from my apartment, and people will just go to the. Someone blew off their hand like a couple months ago.
Exactly.
They were just setting off fireworks. This happens just because it's a college town, I guess, and people have nothing else to do except for like import illegal fireworks into the state of Oregon because they want to. But this specifically always happens on the 4th too. But like, we live right across from some townhomes where like a bunch of like, I guess, like entitled rich college students live. So like, they really set off their fireworks, and like, I'm talking like 10 p.m. to 2 or 3 in the morning. It's just like, and it's literally right across the street, and you're hearing like boom, 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 boom all through the fucking night. And even if we close our window, like, our cats are terrified. I hate loud noises, so like anytime I hear like a boom, I like flinch, and I like feel a surge of adrenaline like going through my fucking veins. And it's just like, what is it? And they're always straight men, Republicans, because there are a lot of women and like girls that do this too, but they're always Republican. I've never met like a genuinely like left-leaning person that like gets horny and wet for fucking like mortar style fireworks.
No, literally.
And I don't know what it is about straight men that like just get so like hot and bothered. Like at that point, shove a firework up your fucking ass and fuck yourself with it, because that's what you want to do. You want to come because a fucking firework got exploded inside of you because you love them so much. That's what you're telling me with your actions. It's just so frustrating, and I just hate it so much. And I'm on your side in the sense that like if I'm going to a professionally organized fireworks show, let's say I'm going to the beach, or let's say I'm going to like the city of Portland or somewhere where they like have like professional pyrotechnics organizers that like set everything up
and legal standards to adhere to.
Exactly. And I have like a safe distance that I can like view, and the explosions aren't that loud, because sometimes they can still be fucking loud.
Yeah.
That's one thing, and I'm like, ooh, pretty lights, haha. But the pollution is another thing where I'm like, okay, maybe not. That's why a drone show is kind of cool, because it's like it satisfies the like pretty lights.
Yeah.
For me. But if you're like a 20-something college student to 40, 50-something like old ass man that just wants to like have a beer in your hand and get drunk and set off explosions in the air because you have a weird fucking sexual fantasy about it, you need to get help immediately. And I don't know how to do that for you, except for let me shoot off a firework in your apartment and see how you like it.
Yes.
Donald Trump.
Oh, that's no.
In
the
the
sense that you know what
no,
I mean?
literally. Like I literally just have written down like it's 2025, like grow up challenge. Like it's one thing when we didn't have the technology that we did and you're just like, ooh, no, like grow up. Like you are fine. You don't need that to celebrate. Again, yeah, definitely the pollution, but I'm not even going to try and sit here on the whole soapbox of like we should ban all fireworks everywhere all the time.
Sure.
The concept of how, and again, I feel like this just must go hand in hand with how much, how no fucks are given to public safety in regards to firearms, explosives, like things that people can just get their hands on, is that it's just like you just have no consideration for the welfare of others.
No, at all. You just care about a loud bang and pretty lights.
Like
in your own like, ooh,
they can be and I don't want to sound like, I don't even care about sounding crotchety. Like I know this sounds crotchety. I know this sounds so stupid, but it's like that's so unsafe. Like, do you realize when you're sitting in your driveway in suburbia and firing something off into the air, that's an explosive.
Yeah.
Stuff is going to come down from your explosive. And so when you're in a regulated area at a show that professionals are working on, they take that into account. They only fire them so far. They're usually in the middle of a field or like on a beach and far away, because like any debris that's going to happen is going to happen in a less, I'm not saying it's not at all, but in a less likely scenario to impact people around them.
Yes.
When you're just choosing to play God and take that into your own hands, it's like you're not only risking your own health, blowing your hand off, blowing somebody up next to you that's also doing it. It's like you are running the risk of whatever debris and whatever detritus is going to come off and out of that explosive because you want to get your rocks off.
The amount of videos I've seen on TikTok of people like accidentally shooting like these mortar style fireworks into literal people's windows.
Yes.
It's like that's you're firing a weapon.
You're evil.
You're
like,
firing a weapon of mass destruction into someone's personal property, which is just crazy.
And that's like the other thing is that I just like don't, I guess the one thing I'm like just thinking out loud here is the idea that like there are different firework laws in different states.
Yeah.
So like I guess that's one thing, but like that shouldn't be the case. You should not like, because like that's the thing is like how, I guess I just don't really understand how crime works in general, because obviously like stuff that shouldn't be here is here, like drugs or like other stuff, but like how the fuck do people even get these?
I don't know.
Where I'm just like, so that's like taking it back, is that I can kind of understand how easy it would be if it's just like, oh, Colorado has really loose laws and I have no idea, but like Colorado does, and you could just like go and have somebody ship some to you, like if you know somebody in Colorado. Like there's easier ways to think about it if it's just like in the States. So maybe that's just the case in like Oregon. But at the same time, I feel like
this is a YouTube video essay. We need to explore like where do these mortar style fireworks
like
come from?
Yeah. So anyway,
Truly.
that's just kind of the basis of it. I think they're stupid in premise of like, I think fireworks are really stupid. Again, time and place. Like time and place.
Time and place. Literally.
So I feel like this curtails, like I'll just kind of include this because then like the last thing that I had to talk about is that just like I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with like if you're lighting off a firework because you like this country, like yuck. Like, and so yeah, kind of just like going into what you said too is that like I don't really think there's a lot of people that I don't think there's a lot of people who don't like this country firing off those kinds of fireworks. Like it more often than not, I feel like is either A, young stupid people that don't have their brains fully formed yet, where like that's a different part of the conversation,
right?
Or like people that are like, no, I'm celebrating, and you're like, for what?
Right.
What
what is there
here?
to celebrate?
So
like, there's just so much. Like it's been. When I was a kid, I would like celebrate the 4th because like that's what you do with your family. Literally indoctrination. And then I grew up and gained my sentience like 2 or 3 times over. And I was like, oh, like this country is actually terrible for a multitude of reasons.
So many.
And
too many to list.
Yeah, like where do I begin? Oh, we're funding genocides all across the world, like Free Palestine, Free Sudan, like there are so many places that this country has its greedy, grubby little fucking bloody hands like all over that like how do I as an American citizen feel that I can feel proud in any way, shape or form? Oh, I have the ability to speak out against it. That should just come standard. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have to celebrate the fact that I could like criticize my government. That should just like come with the package. What's up, y'all? Editing Cap here. I did want to just take a moment and say that I do realize that most of us in the West do underestimate our privilege of being able to speak out against our governments. And the point I was trying to make is it is unfortunate that we have to celebrate that, as that should still just come standard in the world. But I need to go ahead and say that that does not occur everywhere, and there are billions of people who would probably love to have that basic human right. So my apologies for putting it in that way. I feel like I didn't phrase it how I should have. Also, I only mentioned a few places when I was saying the United States has its dirty little fucking paws over every like struggling place in the world. But with that said, free Congo, free West Papua, free Hawaii, free Puerto Rico, free Turtle Island, free Artsakh. None of us are free until we all are, bitch. You know? So, just want to throw that in there. Love you.
It is not 1922 anymore.
No.
Like
that should just be like, all right, like that's stock. That's built into the foundation, whatever. Like that's not something to feel patriotic over. That should just be the pretense of being a human being that's able to live and feel free will and liberty, whatever. Like the fact that people love to throw that excuse around of like, you should feel grateful that you can like criticize your government and not blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, I do feel grateful for that, and I do recognize that there are places across the world that you can't do that. But if that's the standard that I have to quote celebrate, that's
bottom of the barrel.
That is bottom of the barrel. Like, I'm sorry, that should just be the standard, and it's unfortunate that it's not. But I'm not going to sit here and celebrate that, because there are plenty and plenty and plenty and plenty and plenty of other things in this country and from this country that absolutely do not deserve any sort of semblance of celebration or praise. And the fact that there's an entire group of people out there that feel patriotism, if not nationalism, over it, it's disgusting and it's evil, actually.
And it really just goes into the like cliche of like make America great again. Like when? Like, when are you talking about it? Because this country has always, from its inception, been rife with injustice, rife with people and systems that do not celebrate anything other than the white man. The white man. Like,
that's who celebrated this country was quite literally built on the exploitation and the removal of people who are not white. That was kind of its entire purpose, was building a country based on, okay, let's build plantations and exploit the capital from those plantations. Who's going to do it? Oh, white people don't want to do that anymore. All right, let's ship in a bunch of enslaved people from Africa. Okay, that now they're dehumanized, and now who originally lived here? Native American populations. All right, let's kick them out because we don't have any room for you. And also, let's create these like racial ideologies to justify our placement of these people in these social hierarchies. That's all from white people, all from American like 1600s, 1700, like early founding fathers. Those are the founding fathers that you are so happy to celebrate and have their fucking cock in your mouth.
Exactly.
Like, come on, let's be real.
Exactly. So like, be like, again, like I think you mentioned, of just like the older that I get, the more it's just like, how is anyone like and so I make this joke a lot, like there are definitely aspects of this country that I'm like, that makes me patriotic, like that makes me feel pride for this country, but never would I just blanketed say that I am like patriotic for this country.
No, because
that's then me endorsing so many other horrible, horrific things where it's just like, I love this country, ********. It's like, no, this country fucking sucks. There are aspects about this country that I can be like, okay, I could feel pride for the fact that came from here. Like, I can be prideful of the fact that happened in the place that I live. But being patriotic is just to not have anything else more important going on in your life that you could actually be prideful for, so you pride yourself on the concept of what you think America is.
Exactly. And that's you're gaslighting yourself because you choose to be ignorant and you choose to believe in a narrative that has never been true.
Yes.
Only to fulfill this storyline in your head to like to create a start and an end point for this. Like, yeah, it's literally just a story. You're creating a made up fictional story so that you can feel good about something in your life. And yeah, like there are things in this country that I feel I study. The reason I study the things that I study food culture because American food culture is cool as fuck. There are so many people in this country that don't get the recognition they deserve because they've been, I'm talking about immigrants, like immigrant populations who have been shunned by either our own population of white people or specifically, if we're just getting into it, like people in Europe who like to claim that like America has literally no food culture at all. And it's like, do you know who lives here? There are like so many marginalized people groups who like come from all over the world, who develop these delicious cuisines, who fight every single day just to be recognized as people, who themselves claim that they love to live here. So how am I supposed to invalidate their experience when they're just as much an American as I am, and they contribute just as much, if not more, to society than I do? So it baffles my mind that like that part of America I enjoy, and I enjoy the people who live here, the people that make up this beautiful like tapestry of diversity that we have here. But the other like white nationalist Christian MAGA people, you are not America. You literally do not. You think you represent this country, but you quite literally do not. And it's sad to think that you've kind of hijacked this idea that this country belongs to you when it quite literally doesn't. and
Yes.
you've told everyone else that it doesn't belong to them, but it belongs to them first and foremost, and you are the ones that deserve to either face the death penalty or you need to go to fucking Alcatraz and get eaten by alligators because you're evil. You're evil.
Agree.
Evil human beings. You're going to hell. So,
agree.
Anyway.
So, in conclusion, if you celebrated the 4th out of your love from this country,
going to hell.
I don't trust you at all, and I don't like you. If you got together with your friends and family, enjoyed some driveway fireworks and sparklers and smoke bombs, and ate a hot dog in a smoke 'em if you got 'em context, that's fine. You got to find joy.
Yeah.
You got to find joy, and I respect that. But the reason for celebrating is the real contingency here. It's
exactly.
So.
Yep.
So yeah. And no one's ever going to convince me that a piece of paper makes you an American. We have more than enough room. We have more than enough resources.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't think people should just be allowed to live here, like that's the whole other thing. Like if you think this country is so great and so amazing and so prosperous, then you are an oxymoron to then not want people just to be able to willingly and freely come and live here and enjoy that freedom and enjoy those resources and enjoy that how great you think it is. So anyway. So this is an exciting outro today. Because we actually have some viewer submitted stuff.
Period.
From lovely submitters, from some anonymous, some not. And as we said at the top, we hope to keep it rolling. We hope this will bring you back. And if your question doesn't get answered right now, check next time. Like I said, we'll probably only do one per episode going forward, just because we have these ones that we chose today are just kind of little like tidbitty ones. But yeah, so the first one is, are you watching Love Island? Any thoughts on Love Island?
I have seen Love Island in the past, and I have liked it from what I've seen. I have seen some of the discourse surrounding this current season that's airing. I have not followed it super closely. I know there's been a lot of Trumpy people on for some reason. I know I've seen some of the TikToks. I have not. I don't know much about what else is going on.
Yeah,
so,
I have no idea. So to answer your question, no. No, we don't watch Love Island, and we don't have a lot to say. The one thing that I did want to say here is I did look at prior to this question, obviously I knew what Love Island was, but I didn't even know what the premise of it was. So I looked it up, and it's okay, it's not as bad as I'll own the fact that it's not as bad as what I thought. I just thought it was more fucked up than it was. It's just kind of a normal-ish one where you're just a bunch of hot people in a house and they're going to send more hot people.
Work.
But yeah, the one thing I wanted to say is that I just think dating shows, dating competitions are just fucked up in general. I think that is such a weird genre of entertainment that is, I feel has been around for the last few decades, if not more. Because that's the thing is that dating shows, I'm not trying to act like dating shows are a new idea. The absolute just skyrocket into what it is in the last decade or so, last few years, is just so wild and so harrowing. And it's just
no, seriously. Bachelor, I feel did it, I want to say first, but they really kind of pioneered it and made it popular. And
because then I was going back, because then there's also been shows and so stuff like the Newlywed Game isn't the same because that's a couple. Yeah. But I feel there definitely are shows, because then you think of, I don't know what this is called, but then you think of Bachelor number 1, Bachelor number 2, those shows.
Oh, right. So Match Game.
Exactly.
Actually, no, that's not the show.
Match Game.
So though, just reiterating, this dating shows aren't just some new phenomena that's going on, but
I lied. It's called the dating game. Match Game is the celebrities where they match with like the contestants.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
My bad. I was incorrect in my guess.
But yeah, so basically just reiterating that, like, yeah, not that it's new or anything, but just where it is now, the genre of dating competitions now in our good year 2025 is so wild that I kind of just like avert my eyes. I'm kind of just like, I see that a lot of people are into them. I see that a lot of people are into that genre. Weirds me out that people are commodifying interpersonal relationships.
It's a very interesting human experience to witness from like an outsider point of view, because like as someone who's not in a relationship, who watches these people who are in relationships, who are seeking to be in relationships but also in front of a camera, it's like it's kind of trippy, honestly.
And it just feels I thought of two things. They just seem so disingenuous. Like,
yeah, right.
Coupled with, again, not saying this is like although I would say this maybe, I mean, I don't know. Disingenuous. B, I would argue a good portion of those people nowadays are going on those shows for their own publicity. Like, they are micro influencers or like influencers or people that are just like camera facing jobs, like stuff like that, where it's like they don't, I mean, maybe they'll try and like shoot their shot out there, but I think that the point of those people going on those shows is to get their name out there, to popularize themselves. So it's just like, just feels so disingenuous that it's like, okay, maybe I could sit back and watch something like Love Island, because again, that one doesn't seem too sus, but there are like, I guess that's the thing, is that it's just like this opened door of like, now people are just coming up with the most fucked up premises for shows that you're like, look what you've done. Like, look what you've done, that people feel audacious enough, people feel comfortable enough with not only coming up with these ideas, but these ideas getting greenlit and getting multiple seasons. And like, so it's just weird. All that to say, if you watch those shows and you like those shows, I don't think it's a moral quandary or a moral I don't want to say failing, because that's too dramatic, but like, I don't think it's a moral smudge if you like can sit back as a viewer and enjoy those shows. They're just a wild concept to me, and it's not my cup of tea whatsoever.
Yep.
So the second one, I'll let you read the second one.
Oh. Second question is, why don't you respond to messages? Yes, you. I can only assume that this is talking about me, because I am kind of notorious for never responding to people. Hey, editing Cap here again. I mean, I know that we said this was an old episode, but this could not still remain as close to the truth as possible. So to all my friends who I never respond to, I'm sorry, but I love you.
With our sleuthing skills, yes, this is probably somebody at you, but I have the same problems. I do the same things, so there are people that could have also submitted this for me. So I just,
if you're gonna say something dumb as fuck like that, say it with your goddamn chest and sign your goddamn name. So
Oh my
please,
god.
like, also, like, yes, you is supposed to denote who, like, there's two of us.
Yeah.
If you were trying to specify who it was.
Fucking dumbass. How are we supposed to know? Thank you for your submission. That's really, really kind, and appreciate every single response that we get.
Yes, thank you.
But who the fuck are you to say that? Okay? And maybe I will respond, and maybe I won't, but I won't know who to respond to, because you didn't sign your name. So,
if you wanted to rectify the situation, you probably should have specified who you were.
And maybe I'll get a private DM somewhere in Instagram or somewhere on TikTok or something, where it's, because the amount of people, like, Mara sends me like 20 TikToks a day, and I will like I'll sometimes go through and like them, but then I'll also send like 20 TikToks to some of my friends, and then they never respond to me. So it's a two-way street.
I usually open my TikTok DMs, and by TikTok DMs I mean like the DMs Cap sends me like once a month, maybe,
which is a lot more than you could have said like 2 years ago when I would send you TikToks and you wouldn't even like open the app. So we're making some progress, and that's why I don't hold it against you.
So true.
Anytime I get a response from you, I'm like, yes. Like there's something moving there.
So real.
Yeah.
And our last and final one for today is a question that we're not going to answer. I'm not even really going to read it. It's a question that was submitted about a woman we went to school with. I say woman. I'm trying to respect her.
Yeah.
And their career choices.
Yeah.
And it just asked our thoughts. It just asked us to talk about it. And we're not gonna. We're not.
No, we're not. We're not going to talk about it publicly on a forum. Like, even we talked about it a little bit, and there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah. And you also made a note that said it drives you crazy.
Why does it drive you crazy?
Look inward, because people
that she's getting her bag.
People are allowed to live their lives,
and you're not.
You lived in Philomath, I assume.
Crazy.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
People are allowed to find their bag and find their joy however they want. Can we sit here? Do we privately have things to say about some of that stuff?
Of course.
Maybe. But we're not in the business of trying to blast or shame or make anyone feel any type of way for the way they live their life to a degree. Because yes, we can sit here and shit on you if you don't parent your children. Or yes, we can sit here and complain about dating shows. But like, I don't really feel comfortable trying to oust or shame somebody for
seems like you're
what
baiting
they do
us
in life.
It really feels like you're trying to bait us into this weird like quandary where
we have no beef.
No, absolutely not. If anything, I support it.
And this to say, this isn't trying to come at you, question asker. I respect and validate the curiosity and wanting someone to talk shit.
Right.
I am not going to put it on the platform. I am not going to try and this is a shame-free zone for living your life. Like I said, we're going to shame some people.
Of course.
We're not going to name and shame people, which I feel like...
No, not in this context.
I mean,
I
would say in most contexts, we're not going to give out people's names and then shit talk them. People that we know. Like, that to say, we're going to shame celebrities. We're going to shame influencers. We're going to shame micro-influencers.
Yeah.
We're not going to name and shame real-life people in real life that we know for our own benefit.
No. Yeah.
So
that's a low blow.
So that's it. Like I said, no shame for wanting to have a little kiki about it. We're going to keep it off the podcast.
Yeah.
So
appreciate the question, but
yes.
That's a weird fucking question.
Yes. So
fucking weirdo. Just kidding. Just kidding.
So yeah, that moves us right along to our normal N2. I think I'm gonna switch the order just for this.
Sure.
For the shout out, and then we'll do our manifestation next. The shout out goes to Emily.
Oh my God.
Our mutual friend Emily. She came through, and we will definitely be taking a time and setting aside like this ending section to discuss, because she submitted the Love Island question as well. Sorry, girl, don't watch that show.
Yeah.
But some very thought-provoking, very fun things that we will get into in future episodes, and just really came in, and she got the shout out anyway because she commented and sent me thoughts and prayers on my wisdom teeth, which
thanks, Emily.
So shout out goes to Emily,
friend of the pod.
I won't put her last name. I mean, I think she commented with her last name.
Yeah, so it's probably fine, but
Emily H.
Yeah. And we will get to your other questions. We will get to all of your other questions, and honorable mention goes to everybody else that has sent us other questions.
Whoever came in clutch this week.
We greatly, deeply appreciate the commentary. And we will get to them as soon as we possibly can.
Yes.
Well, yes.
So then we move right along. Closing question and manifestation. So we'll do a closing question really quick. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
This one just made me think, because like I went out this weekend. What is your like celebratory meal? Like if you're like, oh, I'm celebrating something, or like birthday, like just like something you're like, oh, I get to choose, and like this is like going out. Like if you're gonna go out for something, what would you choose?
It used to be like Thai food from the Woodsman in Philomath. That would be like every
Oh, that's a deep cut.
I know.
That's a deep cut.
Anytime I would have a birthday, it would be Thai food from the Woodsman. And then when I moved out of Philomath and into Corvallis, it's just kind of like my cravings change at the drop of a dime. So like for my birthday, nowadays I feel like it's just whatever is easiest. And usually on my birthday, like more recently I've been going out on my birthday, so like I get home and I'm like drunk, so it's like either going to be fast food, and I guess but
your celebration then would be like going out to go get drinks versus like going out for a meal,
I guess. And like maybe in tandem with that would be like going to a nicer restaurant, any kind of nicer restaurant where there's like good food. Like I'm not picky when it comes to food, so like I'll eat anything that has like a good amount of good quality food on my birthday, sure. And also I'm the kind of person that like pay attention to me on my birthday. Like it's my birthday. I'm not that kind of bitch that's like no, I hate celebrating my birthday. I love celebrating my birthday. Like it's my birth week, my birth month, my birth year, like all of that. Anyway, but to short and sweet to the point, celebratory meal, and I've said this a billion times, I don't eat meat that often, but I guess to celebrate I would have meat. I would eat meat in celebration.
That makes sense.
Like I would have I would put no restrictions on my diet.
Yeah.
For a celebratory kind of occasion, like a birthday or something like that.
That's valid. That's slay. Mine is, and that's where we went. Mine is definitely steak. Like it's one of those that it's like if you're going out and getting it, either way, even if you're buying it in a store, but like if you're going out and getting it, it's a little pricier. So it's not something that like, oh, we're going to go do it. Like that's the thing. Me and Taylor went to that place. This is the first time we've been like out to a steakhouse. Like I've been literally saying like, oh, I want to go to a steakhouse, and it just like kind of hasn't happened. But then like now we finally did it. Yeah. And it's like so good. Like just such a steak in general is just like and then the black and white. I love meat. Like I specifically like I love steak. Like that was one of those, and like that's also like I think it also comes from growing up, where me and Taylor have talked about this. Like his family like never really ate steak growing up, and so for me in my house, steak was one of those like, oh, this is nice. Like, oh, like we would just make it at home, but like, oh, we're gonna get a steak, we're gonna have potatoes, we're gonna have mac and cheese, like something that's like just a very hearty celebratory thing. So I've carried that, and it's like, yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I ate a piece of steak like prior to this weekend. And it's like, oh, it's kind of nice to have a meal that you're like not eating all the time, because then when you eat it, you're like, oh, I really appreciate this.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because steak's like $30 for one steak, like
for like a good one. Yeah. Because like there's definitely like steaks and cuts of steaks that aren't as expensive, but that's my other thing with steak is like I don't want any fat. Like I don't want them to be fatty at all.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yeah.
So yeah, mine would definitely be like my celebration meal would be steak and potatoes.
Period.
So. Period. Yeah, and then finally, our manifestation for the weeks ahead.
Oh, my manifestation, and I said this a couple episodes ago, but I still have yet to do it, but I really, really want to go camping.
Yes.
I really okay,
when we stop filming, we'll chit chat. We'll try and because I really do too.
Please.
And I've tentatively looked around, but I haven't solidified anything.
We're gonna do it.
But yes,
we're gonna do it.
My manifestation, I have two of them. One a bit more attainable than the other. Mm-hmm. Both pretty attainable. I need to get out of this summer without still being this pale. Like, I got a sunburn like a few weeks ago. Ooh. And it's just like sitting there because it was only one side, so I need to even that out. And I just don't like, my legs are still like I'm still pale, and I want to wear my sunscreen. I don't want to go out and just like sit outside for hours and get baked, but like I want to get tan by activity, and I want to be outside, and I want to have that like summer glow of action. And
sure,
so that's one of them. And then the second one that I'm just realizing I really need to redo my nails, so hopefully in 2 weeks from now, by the time we record again,
oh my god, yeah,
I need to repaint my nails real bad.
Do you know what you're gonna do? What color you're gonna paint them?
No, I usually ask the kiddos.
Oh, smart. Okay,
I'll ask them and get their input. It was a unanimous pink last time, so
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully, like I said, by the time sparkly, I don't know if you ever noticed, it's like a
Cute.
sparkly top coat,
Oh my
which
God.
is so nice.
I love it.
Probably trying to incorporate that again because I just really enjoyed it.
Period.
But anyway, yeah, that brings us to the conclusion of this episode, which we are so grateful. Once again, can't thank you enough
What
for
a
the
wild
submissions
ride
we've gotten.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And hit that notification button. Or don't.
And hopefully we're going to get a little bit more active on our socials so that can be like have a little bit more of a reparee with you guys.
Let's get the ball rolling on that. And I'm talking to myself because I'm in charge of that.
So don't forget to like those, comment there.
Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on all of our socials. You know where to find us.
Those should be playing at the bwam, bwam, bwam. So you should be able to double check, have it all written out. Those are where our socials are.
Well, yes.
And
well, yes.
I think that's just gosh darn diddly it.
Whoa, that's crazy. Crazy.
This was a good one. This was a fun one.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week with something, I'm sure.
Bye, Yaplins.
Bye.
It was good to see you. Bye.